287 BHSW J Flight from Jayco here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. And J Flight is and has been the #1 selling family of travel trailers since 2005 and counting. That's 10 straight seasons. No one's ever even come close to matching that, and they do so by a wide margin. There's a huge gap between this #1 and #2 that's actually growing, not shrinking. So why? Why is that? That's what these videos are here to tell you about, because frankly, every RV is the best for a different reason. What I'm going to describe in this video are the areas in which this is the best in its class at various things. Now, its class is one of those general things that a lot of people forget to really define. This is a budget-conscious, family-friendly, like starter camper. It's family class camper. You can certainly get things that have more bells, whistles, and widgets. You're going to pay for those. Remember that at these dollars and cents, this thing is the reigning king and has been. So let's get dug in here. We have a power awning, whereas a lot of things in this budget bracket do have a manual awning. This big #2 sticker here, that is indicating Jayco has the 2-year bumper to hitch warranty with first-year roadside assistance. Best warranty in this class, period. There's just no one else that matches the guarantees and the confidence Jayco has in their own product. Looking around here, we're going to see things like bigger baggage doors, bigger windows, more windows, better lights, more lights. All of those things add up quickly. Windows and lights are actually two of the highest cost things in a trailer. If you total up the total cost of all the windows and all the lights, it's probably more than just about anything else on this RV. It's a big deal. Having more windows and lights is a big deal, but you want those windows and lights because it feels brighter. You know, brighter is bigger, and it's going to feel more comfortable. I don't know if you noticed, because I passed through here real quick, but they have a huge extended diamond plate on these. This has a massive diamond plate on the front of it, which is something that a couple years ago you would see most budget-friendly family class campers had just no diamond plate whatsoever. And this is the starter point of the entire Jayco family here, and it's still better equipped than most other things. Now, what's crazy, this is about a 28-foot box, probably 31 foot tip to tail, and with a big super slide, it's still just under 6,200 pounds. So still very half-ton towable, very family-friendly. Large SUV towable with proper tow packages, obviously. If you don't know what your vehicle tows, give us a call. We can help you figure that out. And you're going to see bigger storage pockets, more storage. Again, better materials. Notice that we don't see press board and particle board anywhere in here. This is a Jayco still. Even though this is where their whole family of trailers starts, it is still well equipped. It is still well built. That's why it still has double the warranty of anybody else. You know, in this price bracket, amazingly, things like corner stabilizer jacks, that spare tire right there, those things are generally not standard. You're never going to see Jayco without one. They won't build a cutthroat product like that. You know, this still has a fully walkable roof. This still has a very heavy-duty roof system in it. Now, the 287 here has a very cool feature. It has a direct-to-bathroom entry door. Folks who have never owned a camper, you're looking at this going, I don't know how I feel about that. That's kind of weird. I don't want people walking in on me. Here's the reason they do this. The toilet and the refrigerator are the #1 and 2 reasons, no pun intended, people come in and out of the camper all day. Well, by putting a toilet right here and a refrigerator just around the corner, you've just cut down on like 75% of the dirt your shoes are going to track through your camper. The other thing is, people aren't going to walk in on you because you can shut it, deadbolt it from the inside, lock it. It's just not a concern. The hood up here over your stove actually vents outside. That's no small thing. A lot of campers, a lot of fifth wheels even, that you spend a lot more money on, like triple this money, will not always have that feature. If you don't have an outside exhaust hood, then you're not exhausting heat from your camper. You're just going to sit there and cook yourself along with your food. Now, even their speakers up here are better grade. These are Furion speakers. Furion's like the highest grade electronics there is. They're made for marine and RV use. They're made to get hotter, colder, bounce harder before they have component failure. They're just better. Let's step inside here. Now, a couple things I really like to discuss when we get inside the J Flight. First of all is the fact that even though this is a budget-focused family class trailer, we still have all LED lights, and they're all on one big switch in the living room. I point this stuff out because that's not common, guys. Another thing, that normally you have to go through and flip each switch individually, and they're what we call pancake lights, which are just plastic light fixtures with incandescent bulbs in them. they use more electricity. They're not as bright. You're gonna have to replace the bulbs all the time. So you would think to yourself, well, why would you ever want one of those instead of LED lights? Well, if the price was the same, you wouldn't. But Jayco spends the extra money on the better quality lighting here, and you can see the difference. Even in the middle of the day, look how it comes alive, man. And we've only lit up about half the light fixtures in here. There's still individual lights above the bunks. We have individual spotlights above the dinette and the sofa you can kick on if you want that extra reading light or something like that. We have big windows here, and they do open for ventilation. That's a big deal. Extra power outlets around seating areas. That's a big deal. That's stuff nobody ever talks about. And I'm racking my brain here, but I can't remember the name of this color scheme offhand. But I do want to take this moment to mention that the trailer pictured in this video may or may not be an accurate representation of the one we have in stock. We sell a ton of these. This is the #1 selling trailer in the nation, and we are the largest independent RV dealer in the state of Michigan. That is no small feat. There are some very, very large players in this market, and we are one of those. We're a family-owned shop. The owner still comes in every day, just like he always has, So if the one that we have in stock has a different color fabric scheme, I try to make the pictures match the actual unit in stock. So if that looks a little different from this video, you now understand why. In this class, central air conditioning is not always a common thing. A lot of times you'll get just a one-room roof AC. Problem with that is it doesn't get spit for airflow, basically, in your bunkhouse space or your front bedroom. And if you're not going to get good airflow in there, you're going to sweat to death all night. No one's going to sleep. Everyone's going to be crabby. No one's going to be happy. By the way, before I forget, I don't know, I wanted to do something different. I really wanted to showcase how big this giant U-lounge here is. So I took the table out. I just set the table up on this bunk over here. So the table's definitely included. Don't get weird ideas. That's a standard thing. Let's talk about these for a minute. Your Jayco bunks have a minimum 300 pounds per sleeping space capacity, meaning this upper bunk here is a 600-pound bunk. You can fit 2 people up here, 300 times 2, 600, there we go. And again, each bunk has its own little LED light strip, or LED light fixture here, so everyone gets good sleeping. Jayco spends more money on your sleeping materials, your mattresses, than anybody else. This is Denver mattress. This is 50% thicker than basically anything anybody else is using, with almost 0 exceptions. They spend more money where you sleep. That's a fact, Jack. They just always do. Like their built-in ladder here. They custom build this in-house. They don't have a pre-made ladder they install like most brands. There's nothing wrong with that pre-made ladder. This is just better. It's thicker, heavier, stronger. Big kids, little kids, kids who climb on rocks. Everybody can climb up and down that thing. I'm actually wondering how many people actually caught that reference just now. Anyway, back here in the bathroom, which again has that second direct door, this is a good time to talk about how J flights are bigger. They are taller inside. What's interesting is if you actually take a tape measure and measure to the top of the air conditioner, this camper is not taller than anything else on the market. Actually, what's interesting is the floor is lower. This has a lower center of gravity, which has created a taller interior living space than pretty much any other brand out there, because they use a different integration on their A-frame up front, where the truck connects to the trailer is integrated. What this means, we have extra room in the bunks. We have extra room in the shower. We have extra room in the cabinets. Now the big one, we have a 3-inch taller slide out opportunity. That makes a big difference, guys. That 3 extra inches pays you in dividends. Every single ounce of this trailer is bigger and badder as a result. But again, remember, 6,200 pounds. They're using better grade materials. Like plywood weighs less than OSB because it doesn't have to be a high density board to maintain strength. It doesn't have to be glued together. Now check this out. Monstrous shower in here. The shower fit for 2 if you are so inclined. We also have a skylight above the shower. A lot of brands in this price point will take this power vent fan and shove it above the shower. It's just not what it's made for. It's made for exhausting air. It's not made for providing light. Now also notice they're having a massive shower wall panel enclosure in here. All of this paneling right here is working to keep your wall boards from getting water damaged when you shower from the water that sprays off your body. Flipping around here, and while I'm standing in the shower to get a good angle on my next shot, but look at the headroom in here. Headroom is not an issue in these. They have like a corner-mounted sink. That's how it's supposed to work. Sinks are supposed to be where you face them, you know. We have a GFI protected outlet right here, so we can actually run shavers and blow dryers next to a sink without the risk of, you know, frying the family, so to speak. Before I move on too much further and spin around, I do want to take a moment to point out this massive closet and pantry segment right here. You can sleep 6, 8, 10 people in this floor plan. You have to feed them. You have to have room for their stuff. These are the things not every brand has. You know, that's why I point this stuff out. Additionally, where you see two boards meet like right here, they're pocket screwed together, meaning this board is screwed into that one. They're not stapled. They're not glued. This cabinetry is just not inclined to want to wiggle. It's not inclined to have problems. It's just not how it's made. Notice that the only carpeting we have in this floor plan is just a strip in front of the slide. And you have to have that because this is a floor flush slide, which is something else I forgot to mention earlier. This slide out doesn't have that big toe kick. That also means you are getting extra headroom in the slide here. We have nicer pleated shades, not metal blinds in these Jaycos. I have them all pushed up, so it's one of those out of sight, out of mind things. But you're getting nicer shades in here. You know, metal blinds, they just get bent up and twisted up. We have awesome storage in this. Again, we have good lower space here with a big trash can enclosure space. That is nice. A lot of campers don't allow for a trash can. And we have bigger overhead cabinets again because of that extra height. Now, again, this is the simpler class. There's the full-blown J-Flight 28 BHBE, which is going to have all the bells and whistles and whiz-bangs and widgets and everything else. This is the simpler brother. This is the LS versus the LT, if you think about it. This is not the one that has power windows, doors, locks, and whatnot. This is the one that is going to get you there and get you there reliably, and you're always going to have this thing. You can beat this thing to death, and it'll just keep coming back for more. So this is not the one that'll generally include a TV or DVD player. We like to save that for the bigger J-Flights. Those are things you can sometimes put in these campers, but again, you're paying for that. And remember again that not every unit we have in stock is going to look just like this video. This I like down here, shoe garage. If you've ever had a bunkhouse, then I know for a fact you had a big pile of shoes by the door, because that's what everybody has. It's ugly, it's dirty, it's a tripping hazard walking out that door, especially if you've been grilling. I do a lot of my cooking on the fire, so when I come in, I got a handful of burgers and brats. I'm not paying attention to the shoes by the door, but I'm clumsy. I'm willing to bet, though, I'm not the only one. So having a little spot to throw your sandals and flip-flops and water shoes and all that garbage, it is so nice, guys. Also, this floor plan, being a bunkhouse, benefits from one of the greatest inventions of humankind, the Timeout Chair. This is where moms and dads and grandpas and grandmas have to sometimes put little boys like myself, when I got jacked up on Kool-Aid and Mountain Dew and s'mores and everything else. You get a little wily, you get a little crazy. Sometimes you need to get sat down and slowed down. The cool part is this also doubles as an additional little storage box. I look at that. I'm a big kid. I'm just a big kid at heart, and I think, oh, that's a toy chest. Mom and dad may have other options, other ideas. Walking in here, you will find not one, not two, but 3 of those LED light fixtures. And again, just look at the difference one makes in here. His and hers wardrobes, or I don't know, hers and hers wardrobes, probably, right? Anyway, Jayco uses a little nicer bedspread on here. Again, it's just a simple family class camper, but they still want you to be proud of the stuff you see. Both sides of the bed also do benefit from bedside stands with power outlets. Remember, this camper is 3 inches taller, so you do have 3 inches extra clearance right there, which means 3 inches less chance to catch your shoulder on that corner. It's smarter features like that make all the difference, guys. You know, like they're using Shaw carpeting here. They're using better carpeting even in their starter family class campers. That's the type of stuff that has made this the best-selling camper since 2005 and counting, 10 straight years. So give us a call. Haylet RV of Coldwater, Michigan, Michigan's largest independent RV dealer. 800-256, 5196. Take care, stay safe, happy camping, everybody.